Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome to another edition of Horrific Venoms Alphabet of Doom. Now, this is the weekly collaboration I do with my very good friend Eric, Last Venom 76, where we do a two-part review. He takes care of part one, which is a martial arts masterpiece. I take care of part two, which is a horror recommendation. This week's letter is N. And N stands for Nightmares. Nightmares is a 1983 film which runs approximately 99 minutes and is directed by Joseph Sargent. Unfortunately, he passed away on December 22nd, 2014 at the age of 89. And he was responsible for the original The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Which was a very good movie. And he was also responsible for, I'm sorry to say, Jaws: The Revenge, which is awful. Now, this is an anthology, so I'll be taking each part individually. I'm going to tell you what the part is, give a little bit of a synopsis, tell you who starred in it, and rate them individually, and then give the entire movie a rating. Now, this anthology starts out with Terror in Topanga. Now, this stars Christina Rains and Joe Lambie. Now, this is basically about an escaped mental patient who wreaks havoc in a small town. They're telling everybody to stay indoors. The wife decides she needs some cigarettes and some milk for the morning. The husband begs her not to go, but she does anyway because, after all, she's addicted. She goes to the store, finds out she's low on gas, and has to stop at a gas station on the way home, where she is confronted by the mental patient. And I will leave it there. Now, I gave this one a 7.5. I do like the setup. I like the story. I like the acting. The part that I didn't really care for is it just kind of ends. And it kind of leaves you cold. Now, the second section in this anthology is probably the majority of people that I've met who have seen this film's favorite. It's called The Bishop of Battle. Now, this stars Emilio Estevez and Billy Jacoby. He is now known as Billy Jane. Not sure why. Now, this is about Emilio Estevez, who is a video game shark. He hustles, and Billy Jacoby plays his sidekick who helps him in the hustle. He is dying to get to the 13th level, which is supposedly a myth of the game, The Bishop of Battle. He does get to the 13th level, but it has consequences. And I'm going to leave that one there. This is definitely my favorite. It gets an 8.5 from me. Following that, the third entry is The Benediction. Now, this stars Lance Hendrickson and Tony Polana. This is basically about a man who is a priest who loses his faith. And he's basically in like a small Mexican village. And as he's leaving because he lost his faith, he is confronted with the devil in a very strange form. And once again, I'm going to have to leave it there. Now, this gets a 7 for me. To me, it's the weakest. But it seems like every time I watch this entry, I like it a little bit more. So who knows where it's going to end up. And finally, the fourth and final entry into the Nightmares anthology is Night of the Rat. Now, this stars Richard Masur and Veronica Cartwright. This is about a family with a daughter who is having a rat problem in their house. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to get into any more of it than that. This is one of my favorites, my second favorite in the anthology. It gets an 8 from me, and it's a lot of fun, and in my opinion, it's pretty darn interesting. Now, this movie has been a favorite of mine for a while. I do have the Scream Factory Blu-ray, but I actually really wanted to share this with you because I found this in a thrift shop for $2. A big deal. We find a lot of things at thrift shops. Well, this is the original Anchor Bay that was probably going for about $120 before Scream Factory came out with the Blu-ray. Now, I don't believe that Nightmares, even though I have it, I haven't watched it in a while. I don't believe Nightmares is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. So if you don't have a Blu-ray player, this is basically the only way to still get it. And I looked it up on eBay, and it goes for about $30, $40, which is still decent. You know, definitely decent. Now, this came complete. Not a scratch on it. Really, really impressed to find this. I almost passed right by it because I said, nah, there's no way that could be the actual Nightmares. And it was. In a thrift shop. So, yeah, pretty cool. Now, don't forget to check out part 1 of Horrific Venoms, Alphabet of Doom. Well, you'll see Eric give a martial arts masterpiece. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.